Scalpels and suitcases. Your investigator, Karen Morfitt, is now taking a deep dive into the dangers behind medical tourism. It's been reshaping the global healthcare industry for decades.
Yeah, every year around 14 million people travel across the world to receive medical care, seeking other cities than their own to go under. Well, tonight, Karen is sharing one Colorado woman's warning after she hopped on a plane for a mommy makeover in Miami.
Yes, you look.
On the outside, Mariam Aldaraji is all smiles and laughter as her twin boys share new words.
Red, purple, good job.
And her girls build on their talents. But inside, she knows she could have lost it all.
At that time, I did feel like, yes, I'm going to leave soon.
A wound in her stomach developed necrosis. Her body's tissue was dying.
I remember that I used to wake up at 4 a.m. from all that pain, all that pressure, feeling that things are moving under there, like really deep.
2 weeks earlier, she and her family were in Miami, Florida. She'd found a board-certified plastic surgeon at Seduction Cosmetic Center who would perform what's often called a mommy makeover.
I was looking for a better body for, especially after 4 kids.
But her husband says when Mariam woke up, he immediately knew something wasn't right.
Was blood on her face, her hand. First time I saw something like that, She's not on accident or something.
The family had arranged to stay for 5 days following the surgery. There were early signs of problems with the incision, which had turned hard and black. But Mariam says doctors told her it was just dry skin and sent her home to Colorado with an antibiotic ointment.
I was like, nobody's willing to touch me, not even in urgent care. What's going on? They are telling me that it's necrosis.
She says while the out-of-state cosmetic center continued to deny any problem, her stomach felt as though it was eating away at itself. Desperate, she reached out to Dr. Samir Hassan.
Not everyone's going to just say yeah, because one, they're afraid of liability. Two, they don't necessarily always know what it is.
Despite his own concerns, he agreed to help.
I felt like we could help this woman. She had a major abdominal wound. She was in distress. She wasn't getting help from anyone. I genuinely felt like she was someone that needed help.
He found the necrosis was at her abdominal wall and would soon reach her organs.
She potentially would have ended up in a hospital.
Mariam has since had multiple surgeries to fix the botched tummy tuck and has spent countless hours searching for some way to hold the surgery center accountable. Attorneys saying we will not be able to help you.
It really depends, because Florida does not necessarily require its doctors to have medical malpractice insurance. There's an alternative that allows doctors to set some money aside in escrow in case something happens, but the amount that they're required to set aside is fairly low.
Raj Chauhan is a legal analyst for CBS Colorado. He says attorneys may be hesitant to take these cases because without malpractice insurance, they say it is just not economically feasible. For Mariam, she signed a document that explained that risk, and every attorney she contacted refused to look at her case.
In order to get an attorney on board in the state of Florida or anywhere else, that attorney is going to have to be convinced that the significant time and money that they're going to have to put into the case is going to be rewarded on the back end with some kind of judgment that's going to pay their bills.
Still, Florida continues to see a jump in cosmetic tourism every year, with out-of-state patients flying in from across the country to go under the knife. Many don't always know what they're getting into.
Most of the people who are marketing themselves as plastic surgeons, they're cosmetic surgeons, and that means you didn't have to go through plastic surgery training.
The appeal largely comes down to cost, which experts say should be your first red flag.
Part of it is the financial aspect. People see a practice that says, we're gonna do your dream procedure, your mommy makeover, or your tummy tuck for $3,000. And they're doing 10 of them a day.
While Mariam did research the center online, she found only positive reviews, which she now believes might be fabricated. She also spoke with previous patients, though they hadn't been to the facility in more than a decade. She wishes she would have done more. Today, she struggles to lift her children at times and is fighting a new anxiety about her body.
I wake up in the middle of the night, being traumatized, hoping that it's not ripped open again.
And while she may never see justice in a courtroom, she believes sharing her story will serve as a warning to others.
And stop them from what they're doing.
We did reach out to Seduction's Cosmetic Surgery Center on multiple occasions and struggled to get a hold of anyone in charge. In our last attempt, we were told they have no comment. Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.
Oh, Karen is your investigator, your reporter, and your neighbor in Jefferson County. She was born and raised in Colorado, now raising her own kids here. So if you have an issue you want her to look into for you, send her an email.